Hey everybody, Mark Wayner the second here with Champions Real Estate Team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Ambassador Real Estate Company. I want to thank you for joining me on our Talking Real Estate segment we do every Wednesday around the lunch hour. Just want to kind of keep you up to date on what's going on in the real estate market over the last week. So hope everyone had a great holiday and getting ready for the new year tomorrow. So yeah, as far as the market goes, it was a slow week, with the holidays to be expected. So let's jump in and show you the numbers here. 28 new listings go active this last week, and we had 114 new contracts written in about 235 homes that got sold. So a lot of that, the lower numbers, we're up around the 200, 250 mark last week as far as new listings hitting the market. Kind of about the same for the new contracts, or about half. But with the holidays, that's to be expected. And even sold homes, most people aren't putting the closing dates. Most of them were before Christmas. Rather than the week of Christmas here. So, but yeah, so that's pretty typical for this time of year. Kind of just want to give you a quick rundown of what's going on and what we've seen, and kind of my thoughts on the year as we go through here. So as we take a look at the numbers from our trend graphics report, so as we kind of take a look at the bottom right-hand corner here. So overall, the market, I've mentioned a lot of times in other videos that we've done, pending units for this year compared to last year, we are up about 13.8%, as you can see down here on the bottom right-hand part of your screen. So, number of contracts written, ultimately those all don't close. Some of them fall through, be it financing or things happen. But we had almost 10% more houses sold last year or this year comparative to 2019. So, even amongst the pandemic and, in the challenges that we face this year, the housing market still is very, very strong. And for the foreseeable future, I think going into 2021, ultimately, we don't have a crystal ball, but it kind of comes down to simple economics with the supply and demand aspect of it. So, the inventory is still very low. We're sitting right now at about 1,700. 760. So when we break that down even further into existing and new construction, we're about, in Douglas and Sarpy County, we're about 480 existing homes in Douglas and Sarpy County, which makes up a majority of the MLS numbers. And then new construction, we're about 450. So the thing we're seeing, from a new construction standpoint is they're getting pretty swamped, with new builds because, there's not a lot of inventory out there for existing home buyers to look at. So they're kind of going to their avenue of the new construction. And cheapest time to build new construction was yesterday. I always kind of joke about that because, with the cost of materials, labor, and all that, the prices inevitably always go up. So that's something, if you're thinking about new construction, you need to jump onto that now. And some builders are pretty full as far as what their build outs are coming up this next year, just with the labor shortage and skilled labor and stuff like that. So I still see, Russ Williams typically jumps on. He's maybe going to try to jump on today in that aspect of it. But, interest rates, from everything I've read and lenders I've talked to, are kind of stay fairly similar to what there are, right around that 3%, which is still historically low in that avenue. So that's going to still keep that inventory, moving. So I think this year we saw, kind of hovered around. So as we kind of move up, I can show you the chart. Let me zoom out here so you get a little better shot of it. But this is basically the numbers going through the year. So as you see here in April, we dropped down, obviously amongst the pandemic, then we shot up once we kind of everything, kind of relaxed and we kind of figured out what was going on. And it kind of stayed right around that 2,300 is about where we capped out at. And so now we're down to about 1,800, 1,700 in that aspect of it. So we don't have the December numbers out. Those come out the 10th of every month. So yeah, so I mean, as we see, that's kind of a general trend as it comes through, we start seeing more houses on the market. Kind of, I think, one in, one out as we go through that aspect of it, going through there. So interest rate, supply and demand, I think with the vaccine being out, I think is a great thing, so we can kind of get some of that, people vaccinated and maybe start to get back to normal as we go through the summer, I think is what some people are predicting and things, articles I've been reading and stuff to that sort. So as we get that, and as long as we don't have any hiccups going through that aspect of it. So, but real estate market, in 2021 looks to be very strong. And I think, we had a good year even amongst the challenges that we faced in, 2020. We learned a lot of things. We learned, we do a lot of these Zoom meetings like we're doing now, a lot of virtual meetings. And, I think that kind of helps still meet your clients that, being able to tour houses, and in that aspect of it. So, but I really appreciate, all the support, throughout the year, at Champions Real Estate Team and myself, with my clients and friends and family, going through the trying times, of the pandemic side of it. So, but yeah. And then if you have any questions, happy to help. 402-672-7670. And you can always jump on our championsrealestateteam.com website here. You can get all your up-to-date information. You can search the map, search, advanced search, home valuations, give you a good rundown of what your house is worth. And if you want a more in-depth market analysis, give me a holler. Happy to do that. Looks like Russ is just jumping on with us here. And so we can jump on and you kind of see these market insider reports. So it's kind of like a stock ticker for your house. So you can kind of customize it to yourself, your neighborhood, and you just go here, create your market report. And then basically go down to Omaha, or if you're in Bennington, Blair, wherever, Bellevue, you can kind of, Arbor Gate was in the subdivision I used to live in. So you can click that. You can sign up for a market report, and once a month, it will email you out basically the sold properties of what's going on. So you kind of keep track of what's happening in your neighborhood. So yeah, so that's something that you can do on our website. As always, if you have any questions, give us a holler, follow our Facebook page. And then we'll jump on here quick with Russ to kind of touch on what's going on in the mortgage industry. So Russ, how's things going?
Hey, sorry, I'm a little bit late here. Things are still going very well. Mortgage rates are still holding right at all-time lows. In fact, we on the stimulus news, we have seen a little bit of an improvement actually over the last 24 hours in mortgage rates. So for those of you that are thinking of buying a house in 2020, now is a great time to give Mark and his team a call. There's still first-time home buyer money. We have not been given updates yet on when new grant money will be released, but typically not long after the first of the year, we start to hear rumblings of who has money that they've allocated for 2020 for first-time home buyers. So again, get a hold of Mark and his team, and they'll be up to speed on what programs are available. We as we've talked about in previous calls, we are, with this being the last call before the first of the year, we are seeing higher lending limits pretty much across the board for all of your what we would call prime mortgages, FHA, conventional loans, whatnot, conforming loans. And so that means that you can buy more house with a lesser monthly payment. Your buying power is the lowest it's ever been. Borrowing power is the lowest it's ever been right here, or strongest it's ever been. Sorry, Mark. But so it's looking like it's going to be a great 2021 for real estate, and we'd love for you to be a part of it.
Yeah, and obviously with the stimulus money, if it's something that you can use that towards a down payment, and then ultimately as tax season comes up, and if you do get a refund, that can help jumpstart your taxes or your down payment. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna have a special guest. My daughter's gonna join us here. So we made it all year without my daughter jumping in on the video. So you want to say hi, honey?
What is it?
We're saying hi. We're doing a market report. Can you say hi and Happy New Year?
Hi.
And say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All righty. Do you have a good holiday?
Have a good house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say, you want to buy a house?
I will buy a house.
Yeah, there we go. And say, we can help you.
So I can help you.
Yeah, okay. You can go play?
No.
No.
The movie's all done.
The movie's all done?
Yeah.
Oh, what were you watching?
I was watching something.
You were watching something? Were you watching cars?
Yeah. And it was all done.
It's all done?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're almost all done on our video too. Then we can go eat some lunch. That sound good?
Then.
Okay.
Then we gotta watch another movie.
We're gonna watch another movie. Okay. How about you go get mommy? You go get mommy and we'll get some lunch? Okay. All righty, everybody. So Russ, appreciate you jumping on with us, and for my family to everybody else's, Happy New Year. And if we can help you out in any way, shape, or form, love to do it. You can give me a holler, 402-672-7670. If you have any questions as far as the lending aspect go, give Russ a holler. Hope she bumped into the table. So he can give you help and get you kind of a game plan for 2021. So Russ, you got anything to sign off on?
I think you covered it really well. The stimulus check would go great towards the house, Mark.
Yep. So awesome. Well, appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year, right? Take care.